Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Ryan Awesome Show with your host, Ryan Awesome. Today on the Ryan Awesome Show, we'll be talking about Monday Night Raw for February the 3rd, 2025. So yeah, this episode of Raw is the Raw after the Royal Rumble. And yes, I did watch the Royal Rumble. I didn't do a review on it, but I did watch it. It was a great show. The men's Rumble and the women's Rumble was good. The only thing I had a problem with was the women's Rumble with Charlotte winning. I kind of knew she was going to win, but I was going with Bianca. But I was like, yeah, they're going to give it to Charlotte. And then that ladder match with Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes. Bro, I thought Kevin Owens was dead, bro. After that spot that Cody had hit, the Alabama slam through the ladder. But yeah, that was the Royal Rumble. But I'm here to talk about Raw. And Raw was built around the Elimination Chamber. It was built around the Elimination Chamber, and we had some qualifying matches. And that's what it was all about. Nothing major happened besides Kevin Owens attacking Sami Zayn after the show. I thought that was the best moment on the show. But yeah, match-wise, it was a good show. But the KO attacking Sami Zayn at the end of the match, the visual was great. And the fact that he just gave him a package power driver, his own friend, with his shirt on, with a Sami Zayn t-shirt. So yeah, we all kind of knew it was going to happen. Kevin Owens, he wanted Sami to help him out at the Royal Rumble, but Sami didn't help him out. He was there for his friend, but he didn't help him win the match because he didn't do exactly what Kevin Owens wanted him to do. But Kevin Owens looked like he just crawled out of a car wreck. But yeah, man, that was Monday Night Raw. So yeah, we're on the road to WrestleMania, and we were live in Cleveland, Ohio. And so we started off with the men's Royal Rumble winner, Jey Uso. And so Jey Uso was on his way to the ring. It took him a while. It took him a long while to get to the ring. And, when he got in the ring, the music had stopped. And so the crowd had chanted for an encore. And so they played the music again for like a brief moment. And then they stopped the music. And the crowd just started chanting, "You deserve it." And so it took Jey a while to speak. It took him a long while before he can say his first words. And so it was kind of like when he won the Intercontinental Championship. When he won the IC title, he came out on Raw that next week to talk about his win. The same thing happened. Yeah, he said, "I don't know what to say, Oos." Crowd just started chanting "Yeet." And I was like, yeah, besides that. And so, yeah, Jey was really talking about, debuting in the WWE for like 15 years ago. And, him being a tag team wrestler and working his way up to being that single star. At first, he didn't have it, but now he has it. He said that he worked hard to get to where he is right now. Jey, he was crying, man. He was trying his best to keep it together. He said, "I won the Rumble, Oos, and it was because of all of you." And, and at WrestleMania, I'm going to WrestleMania, and it's just me, Oos. And so Gunther, he interrupted. His music had interrupted Jey. And so Gunther was like, "I'm disappointed. I would congratulate you, but in reality, I'm disappointed in you, man." And, he says the matchup with me and you, it doesn't match up. And, told Jey, you can't even lace up my boots. And I'm always in control. The ring general is always in control. And so as far as your WrestleMania match, Jey, that's a no. And so beating you, Jey, will not add on to my legacy. If you choose me, Jey Uso, I will make your life a living hell. And he said he's going to put him down like a diseased dog. And he told him, he told Jey to consider your options. You have many options, but consider it. But if you choose me, I'm going to make your life a living hell. Gunther was about to leave the ring, right? And so Jey stopped him. He repeated everything that Gunther ever told him. They said I couldn't do this. They said I couldn't do that. But I'm here, Oos. And I'm going to SmackDown, Oos. And I'm going to talk to Cody Rhodes. I'm going to holler at Cody Rhodes, Oos. And whoever I choose, I will walk into WrestleMania as the Royal Rumble winner. Well, duh, of course. And I'm walking out of WrestleMania as main event, Jey Uso, the champion. Yeet. We all know that he's going to choose Gunther. Because before the Royal Rumble on that Monday Night Raw, he said, "I know I can beat Gunther." And it all starts with the Royal Rumble. Now, a lot of people, they had a problem with Jey winning the Rumble. I didn't mind it. I really didn't mind it. But I was really going with Punk to win the match. But it really didn't matter to me. I really didn't mind Jey winning it. So they talked about John Cena at the press conference after the Royal Rumble. And he just declared himself a participant in an Elimination Chamber match. I had a question too, man. I had a question about this too. Like, how is it that I'm speaking kayfabe wise? Kayfabe wise, don't give me the real reason. I'm talking kayfabe. How is it that everybody else had to qualify for the Elimination Chamber and John Cena doesn't? Don't say because he's John Cena. That's the obvious answer. I'm talking about kayfabe. Why is it that he's the only one that didn't have to qualify, but everybody else had to qualify for the Elimination Chamber? And answer that question. John Cena, the John Cena character will want to earn his way to a championship match, right? Ludwig Kaiser versus Penta. And so Ludwig Kaiser, he came out, he cut a promo actually, and they cut the promo. And so we came back from commercial break. And, you know, we had the match with Penta and Ludwig Kaiser. And, yeah, they had a hard-hitting match. Kaiser had gave Penta a brutal spot. It was a brutal spot on a ring apron. It was a fireman's carry senton. Penta hit the sacrifice, followed up by the Penta driver to win the match. So after the match, Jackie Redmond interviewed Penta. And before he could answer the question that she asked him, P. Dunne's music had hit, interrupted. And so that distracted Penta. And Kaiser just attacked Penta from behind. And he dropped him with his finishing move. And Kaiser left the ring. And Kaiser and Pete Dunne just stared at each other. And Kaiser just left. So yeah, the Judgment Day, they were backstage. Finn Balor was back. He returned at the Royal Rumble. And so this is his first night back on Raw. And so Finn wasn't happy about everything that happened, everything that's going on with the Judgment Day. So yeah, Finn Balor was upset that Dominic took his spot in that tag team title match against the World Raiders. And he blamed Dominic for getting JD hurt. And so Liv Morgan stepped up for Dominic. Like, Finn, Dominic, he took your spot because they were going to get the tag team title shot to somebody else. And yeah, Dom didn't hurt JD. It was the World Raiders that hurt JD. And so Finn had learned that Dominic had gave him a qualifying match for the Elimination Chamber. The match is going to happen next week, I believe. Next week. The women's Royal Rumble winner, Charlotte Flair, 2025, recently divorced Charlotte Flair, made her way to the ring. And she said, "Hi, Cleveland," because they were in Cleveland tonight, in an unenthusiastic way. She's like, "Hi, Cleveland. I miss the boos and the cheers." Last year was her worst year, and it broke her physically and mentally. And she says that she's the greatest superstar in WWE history. And she said, "Boo me now." And so she continued to talk. All I heard was blah, blah, blah. And so Rhea Ripley had interrupted. And Rhea has said that this is my show. Rhea, she said that she respects Charlotte. And she wanted Charlotte Flair to choose her as her opponent at WrestleMania. And so Rhea has said, "Last time we were in this ring, I beat you." And so Charlotte has said, "Hold on for a second. The first time we stepped foot inside this ring, I beat you." And so Rhea was like, "Yeah, the first time that you beat me, I was just a kid." And Flair has said she's going to go to NXT and talk to the NXT Women's Champion. And she's going to go to SmackDown and talk to Tiffany Stratton. Julia and Tiffany Stratton. She's trying to weigh out her options. And, you know, Charlotte continued to say that Rhea is just a kid. And she said that she's going to see Rhea next week on Raw. And Rhea felt disrespected by Charlotte Flair. You see, I'm showing you all this respect. I show you respect, but you show me nothing but disrespect. Please pick me, Charlotte. Please pick me. Pick me so I can beat the respect out of you. And that was it. And Charlotte Flair, I think more than likely she's going to go on SmackDown. I don't see her picking the NXT Women's Championship again. But she's more than likely going after Tiffany Stratton because we already saw Rhea and Charlotte at WrestleMania. Jackie Redmond, she interviewed Sami Zayn. Sami has said it was difficult to lose the Royal Rumble and says that the only thing on his mind is beating CM Punk. Jackie had asked Sami Zayn about Kevin Owens. And so Sami had cut her off and just left the interview. And so Sami ran into Jay backstage and Jay had apologized for kicking Sami in the Royal Rumble and eliminating him. And so Sami was like, "Stop, man. You don't have to apologize, man. It's okay, Oos." And they just hugged and all that stuff. It's all good, Oos. And, you know, they both wished each other good luck. Jay had wished Sami good luck in his qualifier match. And Jay had left. And so Karrion Kross had showed up. He'd been doing that for weeks. He's stalking Sami Zayn, telling Sami Zayn, you know, all you do is just sit on the sideline. You let all these other people live out your dream. You know, when are you going to put yourself first? Basically what he was saying. And so Sami told Cross, Cross, I'm getting sick and tired of you keep coming up to me. And the next time you come up to me, there's going to be a problem. And so Cross was like, no, I didn't come here to be a problem, but I could be. And so Cross had left. And so New Day, tag team match with the New Day, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods versus Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee. New Day have new theme music, and the theme music is great. They needed new theme music, and the theme music was great. So yeah, they cut a promo too, and they promo got cut off. Logan Paul had interrupted the match. They were midway in the match, so that caused the New Day to take advantage. And then Rey and Logan had got into it. Logan had put his hands on Rey, and so Rey just shoved Logan Paul back into his seat, almost knocked him out of his chair. And so Kofi went after Rey. Rey had ran Kofi into the turn post, and he went smack. And then Lee had Hurricanrana Woods off the ring apron, and so Logan pulls Rey off from the ring onto the floor, and he brought him back into the ring behind the referee's back. So all that stuff happened behind the referee's back. And then Kofi hit the Trouble in Paradise to Rey to win the match. And finally, the New Day won the match. Finally. We had gotten a note during the show that Roman Reigns would be out for the foreseeable future. And they didn't tell us what the injury was, but they told us that he's going to be out. And I'm guessing it was from that stomp that Seth Rollins had gave to him at the Rumble, where he just double stomped him and his face just smacked that floor. Like he just caved his face into that floor. Kathy Kelly had interviewed CM Punk. Punk said he will beat Sami Zayn and will go on to the Elimination Chamber. He's no stranger to Elimination Chamber because he actually won the Elimination Chamber in the past. Jackie Redmond interviews the Alpha Academy, and she asked about what are their expectations in 2025. And then Maxine had brought up the fact that she eliminated Ivy Nile. And then we had Theory and Waller, A-Town Now Under interrupted. So they were antagonizing them. Waller had told Maxine that, oh, wow, you learned 2 wrestling moves. And then they called Tozawa and Otis, Timon and Puma. And so they had a little standoff and they both left. And so, yeah, man, this was one of the best parts in the Royal Rumble, the men's Royal Rumble. They had ISHO Speed. They showed a video of ISHO Speed getting speared by Braun Breaker in the Royal Rumble. Like, he speared the hell out of him, man. Speared him out of his shoes. And so the video had 300 million views on YouTube. 300 million views. He was the one that took Tozawa's place in the Rumble. So we had our Elimination Chamber qualifying match. Iyo Sky and Liv Morgan. Iyo has, man, she stomped the soul out of Liv Morgan. Caught her right in the midsection. It was in her stomach. So Raquel got involved in the match multiple times. Referee should have ejected her, but didn't. And then Rhea Ripley had came out, attacked Raquel. And then Liv tried to go after Rhea, but out of instinct, Rhea just punched Liv in the face, causing a DQ. So Liv Morgan is going to the chamber, and Iyo was upset about that. And so Kathy Kelly interviews the War Raiders. The War Raiders had said that JD McDonough had gained their respect by finishing that match after he was injured, broken ribs and a punctured lung. And so American Made had interrupted, and they were talking trash to the War Raiders. They challenged them for the tag team titles. And the War Raiders were like, if you want to go to war, or if you want these titles, you're going to have to go to war. And so they left. The War Raiders left. And so Gable was like, okay, guys, I'm going to have to finish this or do this dark art stuff. And I'm going to leave you guys behind. And when I come back, I better see you guys in gold. I want you, Ivy, now to hold the Women's Intercontinental Championship. And I want you, Brutus and Julius and Brutus, I want you guys to have the tag team titles when I come back. And then he left, and he put his sunshades on, and he was like, I'll be back, like he's a Terminator. So yes, Adam Pearce had an announcement. The transfer window has ended, but before it ended, they had made a final offer, or they made a final deal. AJ Styles is now a member of Monday Night Raw, and AJ Styles, of course, made his return at the Royal Rumble, and it's a great move, man. Great move. He was already on SmackDown, and he worked most of those guys on SmackDown. Now it's his time on Raw. And so Braun Breaker was there. Or he was talking about AJ Styles, saying that keep him away from me and all that stuff. Seth Rollins was on his way to the ring, and he was dancing. He was dancing like a clown. He was wearing all black. He was wearing a black trench coat with a black cowboy hat with the sunshades. And yeah, like, dude, I don't know why he was dancing, man. I really don't. After everything that he did, at the Royal Rumble, he was angry. He was angry and psychotic. Why he didn't come out angry and psychotic on Raw? That was my thing. This was a great segment, but I could have done the whole thing without Seth Rollins dancing. But he was like, yeah, I'm a revolutionary. I am a visionary. I am a revolutionary. I am Seth freaking Rollins. They put over Jey Uso. He said that Punk lost the Rumble. Oh, Roman Reigns, he lost the Royal Rumble too. And so, yeah, in the OTC, he lost the Rumble and may not make it to WrestleMania. For the past 4 years, Roman Reigns have hurt people. And so Rollins has said that he lost the Rumble. He said that he's lost the Royal Rumble, but there is a future. There is another path to WrestleMania, and that starts with the Elimination Chamber. And he says there's another man that's on that same path, and it's Sami Zayn. And he calls out Sami Zayn. And so Sami Zayn was going to come out anyways because he have a match right up next. So Sami came out. Seth wanted to know how much he hated CM Punk. How much Sami Zayn hated CM Punk. And so Seth really was hyping up Sami, trying to pump him up. You know, he wants Sami Zayn to be in this chamber with him. And so, yeah. And he talked about Punk putting Sami down, saying that he wasn't on Punk's level and all that stuff. And so Seth was like, Sami, you're above Punk. You are levels above Punk. That was it. Great segment, but I would have done without Seth Rollins dancing. I would have much rather seen a serious Seth Rollins, because he freaking destroyed Roman Reigns. He destroyed Roman Reigns, and he had that freaking fight with CM Punk. Speaking of CM Punk, Seth Rollins left, and as he was leaving, CM Punk's music had hit, and he came out, and they both were about to brawl. So the referees just separated them. And so, yeah, we went into the match, the Elimination Chamber qualifying match, Sami Zayn versus CM Punk. And yeah, I had a feeling that Sami was going to lose. I had a feeling that he was going to lose just based off of the story that they were telling about Sami Zayn not putting himself first and, and all that stuff. And then he was on a losing streak. He was on a losing streak as of late too. So that was another reason. And plus, CM Punk wasn't losing. So that was another reason. So yeah, Sami Zayn's arm was the target of the match. Yeah, they really had a great match. So they had one instance in the match where Sami had rolled up Punk, right? And dude, I swear to you, man, the referee hand hit that mat for a 3. It looked like it was a 3, but referee said it was a 2. Sami went for the haluva kick, but Punk had turned it into the go to sleep to win the match. So CM Punk is going to the Elimination Chamber. He and John Cena are going to Toronto in the Elimination Chamber. And so after the match, CM Punk extended his hand for a handshake to Sami Zayn, and Sami Zayn shook his hand. He shook his hand, and Punk went to go leave. He left, and as Punk was leaving, Kevin Owens came out of nowhere and just blasted Sami Zayn from behind, knocking him into Punk, knocking Punk out of the ring. And Kevin Owens. So yeah, Kevin Owens had gave Sami Zayn a package power driver, just like what I mentioned earlier. He hit the package power driver on Sami Zayn while wearing a Sami Zayn t-shirt in the middle of the ring, and that was great. Like the look, like he had a bruise on his eye, a black eye looked like, and it looked like Kevin Owens just crawled out of a freaking car wreck. Like the dude was freaking limping after he gave that power driver to Sami. That was the biggest moment on the show. But yeah, this is a good show overall, man. That was it. That was it with Monday Night Raw. We have more qualifying matches for next week. And if you like this video, hit the thumbs up. And if you're new around here, hit that subscribe button. And right next to that subscribe button is a bell. Make sure you click on that bell so you're the first ones to know when my next video is uploaded. And if you guys miss anything, everything is in the description. And I'll see you guys on Friday for Friday Night SmackDown. And yeah, man, thank you guys for the love and the support for the show. Thank you, thank you, and thank you. And this has been the Ryan Awesome Show. Take care, stay safe, and don't forget to be awesome. And that's that.